It all starts with a young woman named M, a passionate stylist with big dreams of breaking into the fashion world. She's talented, hungry for success, and not afraid to put herself out there. One morning, dressed in her best outfit, Em arrives for an interview at a prestigious fashion house. She's nervous but hopeful. This could be her big break, but things don't go as planned. The head of the fashion house, Miss Karina, is too tired to see another applicant. Em pleads, explaining she has sketches and designs to show, but the secretary only shakes his head. She'll have to try again another time. For a moment, her dream feels like it's slipping away. As Em steps aside, fate decides to test her. In the elevator, she notices a well-dressed woman. She looks so elegant, but she needs a little touch-up. Gathering her courage, Em politely asks her, "Would you mind if I fix this just a little?" No strings attached. The woman hesitates, but then agrees. Right there in the elevator, Em adjusts her makeup and accessories with quick, confident hands. By the time the doors open, the woman looks even more stunning than before. Surprised and impressed, she thanks Em warmly. They part ways, neither knowing that this small act would soon change everything. That woman turns out to be Margaret, the head of Emerald Fashion House, the very company Em had come to interview with. Margaret sees Em's skill and creativity firsthand, and she's not the one to let talent slip by. But there's a problem. Emerald has strict rules, one of them being punctuality. And unfortunately, Em was 3 minutes late for her official interview slot. The HR staff refused to bend the rules for her. Just as it seems the door is closing again, Margaret steps in. She hires Em directly to work under her, offering not just a job, but a salary far beyond what Em could have dreamed of. Suddenly, from rejection and disappointment, Em's life takes a sharp turn upward. Margaret isn't just offering her a job. She also insists that Em must move closer to the office. Em currently lives far away in the outskirts, and Margaret believes creativity cannot flourish when weighed down by long commutes. Within days, Em is relocated into a beautiful new apartment closer to work in an upscale neighborhood she could never have imagined living in. And she's not alone. Her best friend and roommate, Chioma, moves in with her. Chioma is loud, funny, and full of energy. She runs a small food business, always hustling for the next big break. Together, the two friends bring warmth and laughter into the new apartment, though Chioma's playful recklessness often clashes with Em's focused discipline. Just when Em starts settling into her new life, something unexpected happens. She bumps, quite literally, into a charming stranger in the estate. His name is IK, and from that moment, things begin to shift in ways Em never saw coming, and it feels almost unreal. From being rejected at the interview table, she's now walking confidently through the sleek hallways of one of the biggest names in fashion. Margaret treats her as more than just another employee. She trusts her talent, gives her creative freedom, and even opens doors to opportunities that Em never imagined possible. At home, Em's friend Chioma is living her own adventure. She's busy trying to expand her small chops business, baking puff puffs and samosas for anyone who will buy. But Chioma has a mischievous streak. She's easily distracted by handsome men and risky decisions, often teasing Em about being too serious. Their banter fills the house with noise, laughter, and occasional arguments. Still, their bond is unshakable. They've been through too much together to let little fights get in the way. Then comes the twist. One evening, as Em hurries out of the estate, she collides with a tall, confident young man. Papers scatter, apologies are exchanged, and for a moment, the world seems to freeze. His name is IK. He's charming, easygoing, and carries himself with a quiet authority. Em brushes it off as a random encounter, but fate clearly has other plans. Later, IK offers her a ride when her transport gets canceled. Their conversation is light, polite, but there's an undeniable spark. Em tries to keep her guard up. She has too much on her plate to get distracted. But the way IK listens, the way he notices small details, like her stress after a long day, makes it difficult to ignore him. Meanwhile, back at Emerald, Margaret challenges Em with a big task, preparing new looks for an upcoming collection. The stakes are high because Emerald is aiming for something bigger, a possible feature in Tiger magazine, the most prestigious fashion publication in Africa. The thought alone is enough to make Em's heart race. She knows this could change her career forever. But while Em focuses on her work, Chioma is stirring trouble again. She can't stop talking about their new neighbor, IK. She teases them about him, even makes bold comments about how chocolatey fine he looks. M laughs it off, but secretly feels something she can't explain. The days turn into nights filled with work, fittings, and deadlines. Yet in the middle of it all, M finds herself bumping into IK again and again, at the gym, at the gates, even outside her office. Each meeting chips away at her defenses, and slowly, against her better judgment, she lets him in. But Emerald has rules, strict rules, and Margaret made one thing crystal clear: no personal relationships with business partners or clients. M nods and agrees, but deep down, she knows her growing bond with IK could one day put her in a dangerous position. For now, she tells herself it's harmless, just conversations, just friendship. But little does she know, IK isn't just another neighbor. He's hiding a truth so big it could either catapult her career to new heights or destroy everything she has worked for. By now, M is juggling two worlds: the pressure of her dream job at Emerald and the slow-burning connection with IK. At the office, her work shines. Margaret praises her eye for detail, even saying she can make anything work. Every compliment feels like fuel, proof that she truly belongs in this industry. But the pressure is mounting. Tiger Magazine is no small deal. The Emerald team prepares tirelessly, knowing that if they impress Tiger, it will be their biggest breakthrough in years. Late nights become normal. Stress hangs in the air. Yet, M pushes through, determined not to let Margaret down. Outside of work, her relationship with IK deepens. It starts with casual car rides and short chats, then grows into gym sessions and long conversations. IK listens in a way few people ever have. He asks about her dreams, her struggles, even her family. Slowly, M begins to trust him, but there's something about him that doesn't fully add up. He talks about his family business, how his mother recently stepped aside, and how he's learning to manage it. He brushes it off like it's nothing serious. Still, M can't help but notice the way he carries himself, polished, commanding, like someone used to being in charge. Meanwhile, at home, Chioma continues to stir the pot. She notices how M is suddenly glowing, how she sneaks out with a little extra excitement. "You like him," Chioma teases, laughing when M denies it, but M can't hide her smile. Deep down, she knows her friend is right. Then comes the moment M has been waiting for. Emerald secures a meeting with Tiger Magazine. Margaret is thrilled. It's the kind of meeting she's worked years to achieve. Everyone is nervous, especially M, because she styled most of the looks for the presentation. It's the opportunity of a lifetime, but when the big day arrives, M gets the shock of her life. As the Emerald team gathers for the presentation, the new editor-in-chief of Tiger Magazine walks in. It's none other than IK, the same man she's been seeing, the same man she's been opening up to. M feels her stomach drop. Her heart races. He smiles like nothing is out of place, but to her, it feels like betrayal. All the late night talks, all the rides, all the moments he knew who he was all along, and he never told her. The presentation moves forward, the models walk the runway, and Emerald dazzles Tiger's team. Margaret beams with pride. Tiger Magazine loves the designs. They even offer to dedicate special pages to Emerald's upcoming accessory line. Everyone celebrates, except M. She pulls away from IK, her trust shattered. To her, it feels like she's been tricked into breaking the very rule Margaret warned her about: never get involved with a client. Now, not only is her heart on the line, but her career, her loyalty to Margaret, and her entire future at Emerald hang in the balance. The real question becomes, will M risk everything for love, or will she walk away to protect the dream she fought so hard to achieve? The revelation hits M like a storm. IK, the charming neighbor who made her laugh, the man she was beginning to trust, is actually the editor-in-chief of Tiger Magazine, the very client Margaret warned her to avoid. After the presentation, M can barely look at him. Her heart pounds with anger and confusion. How could he keep something so big from her? When she finally confronts him, IK admits the truth. He liked her from the start, set up the pitch just to impress her, and didn't know how to tell her who he really was. To him, It wasn't a trick, it was love. But to M, it feels like betrayal. I opened up to you, she whispers, tears brimming. You let me fall for a lie. Back at Emerald, the success with Tiger brings celebration. But Margaret is cautious. She notices the tension between M and IK and quickly connects the dots. For Margaret, this isn't just personal drama, it's a threat to her brand. Years ago, she nearly lost her reputation because people believed she slept her way to the top. She refuses to let history repeat itself through her protege. Margaret calls M into her office. The rule, she reminds her, is simple: no personal involvement with clients. If Tiger's deal is built on personal affection instead of professional merit, Emerald could lose everything. Margaret doesn't fire her, but she makes it clear M will not style the Tiger spread. The decision crushes her. All her sleepless nights, her sacrifices, and her work gone. At home, M collapses into Chioma's arms, devastated. I lost everything, she says. Chioma, ever blunt but loving, shakes her head. You didn't lose, babe. You gained. You stood by your principles. That counts. Still, M feels broken. She can't decide what hurts more, losing the Tiger project or realizing she might have lost IK too. IK, on the other hand, refuses to give up. He shows up at her door, vulnerable for the first time. He shares his childhood wounds, being born from an affair, growing up a secret, carrying shame and trust issues all his life. I love you, he says. I didn't tell you because I was afraid you'd judge me, but I can't lose you. For a moment, M's walls crumble. She feels his pain, sees his sincerity, but then the weight of Margaret's warning returns. Love is meant to build you, she tells him softly, not dismantle your principles. And with that, she turns away. At Emerald, things grow tense. Tiger is still on board, but the team scrambles to restyle the entire presentation without M's touch. Margaret insists it's for the brand's survival. M watches from the sidelines, forced to smile while her heart breaks inside. But IK isn't done. If Margaret's rule is the obstacle, then maybe there's another way. He hatches a plan, one that could allow M to style Tiger's cover without betraying Emerald, but it would mean taking a risk that could change everything for both of them. And as the clock ticks down to Tiger's final decision, M finds herself trapped in the middle of a battle. Her loyalty to Margaret, her dream career, and the love she never saw coming. M's world feels like it's collapsing. On one hand, she has Emerald, the dream job that pulled her out of rejection and gave her a new life. On the other hand, IK, the man who makes her heart race, yet whose secret has placed everything she's built in danger. Margaret, ever protective of her brand, takes a hard stance. If Tiger wants M, she can't be with Emerald, she declares. To her, the brand's reputation matters more than any individual. It's harsh, but Margaret's voice trembles as she says it. She cares for M deeply, like a daughter, but she cannot risk losing the respect she fought for all her life. IK sees M breaking under the pressure, and he makes a bold move. He goes to Margaret with a proposition: fire M. Let her work with Tiger as a freelancer just for this spread. That way, Emerald's reputation stays intact. Tiger gets M's touch, and Margaret doesn't lose face. Margaret hesitates, torn, but deep down, she knows IK is right. The next evening, Margaret calls M into her office. Her words are heavy. She said to her, "You're fired." M's eyes widen. Her heart drops, but then Margaret smiles through tears. Go and style Tiger's cover. This is your chance. You deserve it. It takes M a moment to realize what just happened. Margaret isn't casting her away. She's setting her free. The woman who once saved her career is now risking her own reputation to ensure M's star continues to rise. With trembling hands, M accepts. She walks out of Emerald with her sketches, her fabrics, and her hope. The next few weeks are a blur of fittings, photo shoots, and endless revisions. Every piece she creates feels like a battle cry, proof that she belongs in the pages of Tiger magazine. Not because of who she loves, but because of her own talent. And when the issue finally drops, the world agrees. The cover shines with M's vision. The accessories sparkle like they were meant for the spotlight. The reviews are glowing. Overnight, M becomes the name everyone in the fashion industry is talking about. At home, Chioma dances around with the magazine in hand. "You did it," she shouts. "From rejection to Tiger's cover. Look at my sister." M laughs through tears, holding the glossy pages close to her chest. For the first time, she believes it too. But what about IK? Their love still hangs in the air, heavy and uncertain. One night, he shows up at her door again, quieter this time, softer. "I don't want to be the reason you lose yourself," he says. "But if you'll have me, I want to build a life where your career and our love can grow together." M takes a deep breath. She thinks of Margaret's warning, of her principles, of everything she's fought for. Then she looks into Ikea's eyes, filled with vulnerability and hope. Slowly, she nods. "We'll do it my way, with honesty, with respect. No shortcuts." And just like that, M steps into her future. A future where she is not defined by rules or secrets, but by her own choices. She has her dream. She has her love, and most of all, she has herself.